valued travel partners, and welcome to another Connect with Princess. It is Carmen Roy, the VP of Sales in North America. So happy to be back. We have so much to cover today, but more importantly, finally, I was on Discovery Princess in Alaska. We had a conference of 500 plus our very best. Hello, Gary and Melissa from Puerto Vallarta. Hello, guys. Oh my God. Warm and beautiful. I could have a margarita, but based on all the experience that I had last week, it was beyond incredible. So we had the Avoya conference and it was spectacular. More importantly, I got to sail with Marsha. It was like such a treat. We were actually live on stage, so you all missed it. But what an experience. So I'm thrilled to be here again. And then, we got to do the housekeeping. I can't help myself. I just have to, or else I get in trouble. Why isn't it clicking? Joe, it's always technical. You hear me say that. Hello? It's always technical. Oh, what is that? Okay, there we go. Let's see if I can get it. Why do I always say it's always technical? Because it is. You see what I mean? Like, who did this? Who actually set me up for, is it April Fool? It must be the sweater. It's my holiday sweater. It's my holiday. Yes, I do. Is that Tina or Tina with Trap Travels? I love that with a double P. It is. And there is a reason because, today's theme, thank you, Tammy. This sweater, when we get to the sweater slide, if we ever get to the slide, you might have just nothing but an hour of me. Oh, I feel for you if that's the case. I will tell you the story of this sweater. It has a deep, deep meaning to me. And since we have a very good special guest talking about what the holidays are like on Princess, which is magical, I decided it was appropriate. I wore a red one because we're still doing our love letters, right? Okay, you know what to do. Live transcript available on Facebook. You're going to stick around. And dare I say, yes, we are recording it. See, perfect. Was that me or was that you, Joe? Listen, it's live TV. I can do this. Right. So we are recording it. We always record our webinars. As a matter of fact, they're a wealth of information. As you know, they're on OneSourceCruises.com. So we also took questions before. And if you have some live questions, we'll try to fit them in. I've been told by Joe that I'm on timeout because I take too long. And last webinar, 2 weeks ago, I went long and we had a few questions that didn't get answered, but we rolled them over because they were important, right? So I want to make sure that we get those. I'm clicking and it's not moving. So guess who's joining me? Marsha. What do I always say, Marsha? Is it not technical?
It's always technical. Carmen, I'm back here like backstage giggling. You're so funny.
Yeah, it's the sweater. I'll try not to do and by the way, we're in the middle of Hispanic Heritage Month, okay? So I'm not going to try to do my normal jiggle. I'll try to behave. So Marsha, was so wonderful seeing you last week.
Yes, we had a great time.
Spent
great
a lot of quality time.
Great ship, great food, great company. It was an amazing trip.
It was incredible. The team on board was beyond spectacular. I mean, I got to tell you, it was seamless, absolutely seamless.
It was.
Our last voyage in Alaska for this season, and it was so great to see our incredible onboard family. I mean, everything was perfection. I did not weigh myself when I got back. Did not do that because we had a lot of amazing food. The pizza, oh my God, it was incredible. The dessert, we did the Camus wine, and we did also a very special dinner that we'll talk about later, but so excited. And then today, love letter winner. So we've already had 2 winners, Rhonda Clay first with KHM. And then last winner, Allison, you made me cry.
Allison made you cry. Yeah.
It was verklempt. So don't forget, we will be awarding another one, but this at the end, right? It'll be you, Marsha, reading the letter.
I get to read this week.
Exactly. But just in case, because it's always technical, I did put on some waterproof mascara. So in case it just becomes, what can I tell you? You never know, right?
You never know.
Travel Weekly. This is, I got to stop right here. It's a big deal. I want you to scan and I want you to vote. Actually, on our Facebook page, I shared it on my personal page and it is on our VP Princess Sales page. We're nominated. This is more than last year. 20 categories. Oh my God, 20. I want to win in all 20, but can I tell you, I'm a humble individual. I'll be fine if you do just best in Alaska because we've won that 19 times and I wanted to be 20 for 20. I think it would be amazing.
I'm going to be a little greedy. I'm going to be a little greedy.
I am greedy, but I'm not greedy. But also Princess Academy, Best Travel Advisor Education Program. I really hope we win that again because, we lost Natasha this year. And I think that would be just a great tribute to her. And we have some things planned for that. But we have 20 categories. But let's go for the gold. Vote today. Really important. Vote, 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 vote for us. Scan to vote. We have
Scan here with
QR code.
your cell phone camera, please.
Whatever it takes. Look at these pictures. Dan Appleby, our senior manager, crew staff and entertainment programs. Welcome, Dan, to Connect with
Hi,
Princess.
Dan.
How are you?
Hello, Marsha. Hi, Carmen. How you doing?
How fabulous. You are just dressed for the occasion, dressed for success.
Yeah, I got a last minute call, so I can't say that I've prepared all of this, especially to be on today. This is just how I normally dress on a Wednesday afternoon.
Can I tell you something, Dan? That would not surprise me. That wouldn't surprise me because about 2 years ago, when the whole coma thing was happening, I decided what gives me joy is my holiday tree, right? And so I made this commitment that I would have the tree year round. And what I did is every month I had a theme. Every month I had a theme. So February was Valentine's Day, March was St. Patty's, April was Easter, May, my son graduated, so I had a whole graduation tree, and so on and so on. It gave me joy. I love this time of year. Right now, obviously, we've got to get through Halloween, so I'm going to decorate. But we still have space on our holiday voyages. So let me ask you a question. Look at those children. So talk to me about your wife and tell me. 3.
Yeah. So this is the Appleby family in all of its glory. I met my wife on board the Sapphire Princess. We have been married for, she's listening, 8 years. Be 9 in February. I used to be a cruise director on Princess. We have 3 beautiful boys. They are now aged 3, 2, and 1.
Wow.
That's not their names. That would be good names, though. It would be easier to remember them. But that is the ages of them. We had 3 under 3.
You are busy.
Forget him, her. What's your wife's name? She is a star, rock star.
She is an absolute rock star. Her name is Rachel.
Rachel, God, you have my incredible. I don't even know what to say. I couldn't imagine 3 under 3. They are beautiful. What a gorgeous family. What a perfect way to segue into the reason why we're doing this webinar, right? Which is holidays on Princess. Why holiday with Princess? And by the way, you're not able to turn in that beautiful love story of how you met her on Sapphire Princess to win the cruise. Just thought I'd let that know.
Okay.
But that would make a beautiful love letter.
Yeah,
gorgeous
it was.
love letter.
The story of how we got engaged is not a beautiful love story, but we can save that.
It isn't?
No.
Did you get engaged on board?
We were on board. We were both on the Royal Princess. We actually got engaged in Venice. It's a very long story. It was a very traumatic experience.
Wow. We'll have to bring you back.
We're going to have to hear that story at some point. Yeah.
We're bringing you back because I got to hear the story. So why holiday with Princess? I'm going to let you take this because, first of all, I love this shot. I think it's gorgeous. It's so creative, so adorable. But the holidays are many holidays. Quite frankly, this October 1st Discovery Princess would have been a holiday for me. It was the winemaker's cruise with Camus. That would have been a national holiday for Carmen Roy. But what can I tell you? But let's talk about the real holidays.
Yeah. So I did a little bit of research, Carmen, to make sure that I was fully prepared today. So as of today, it is 49 days until Thanksgiving. It is 63 days to the start of Hanukkah and 81 days to Christmas.
Oh, wow. That's depressing me. That's a lot of, that's fast.
Those numbers, I'm sure, will excite some people as well as strike fear into people's hearts that they've only got 81 days to do all of their Christmas shopping. And I think the question that always gets asked, why holiday with Princess? I think for me, it takes, and for our guests, and I've been on board, as I said, I was a cruise director for Princess for 8 years. I think one of the most incredible things about holidaying on Princess is that all of that stress, all of that fear about having to prepare is completely taken away. You don't even have to put your decorations up at home, even though I recommend it because, you've got to get in the spirit. But we have 15 ships that are fully prepared for the holidays and are going to have an incredible experience. And I'm going to tell you about some of those that are happening.
It is seamless. I've done holiday voyages. God, I'm going on 9-10 years with the kids. Last year we did Princess New Year's and we're doing it again this year. So I cannot wait. Hopefully everybody will join me.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
It's going to be great, and they are. And I've done a ton of the holidays on board as well, and every year they're a lot of fun, and everyone walks away with some great memories. So let's kick off with Thanksgiving. As I said, 64 days away. Thanksgiving for a lot of our friends is all about football and food, and we're going to be doing some true celebrations of both of those things. There is no better way to watch Thanksgiving football on Turkey Day with a turkey leg at Movies Under the Stars by the pool. So you can go and have a swim in between plays. You can go and grab a turkey leg, and you can thoroughly enjoy the experience. Our F&B team really do pull out all of the stops for the Thanksgiving dinner, all of the turkey, all of the trimmings, and of course, vegan menus as well.
Wonderful. Love the games on there. By the way, I've cruised during Thanksgiving as well. And I got to be honest with you. I don't cook. Marsha knows this. So sad. So sorry. So sad. My children cook. My husband. Otherwise, they'd starve, Dan, quite frankly. And every time, all I do is Thanksgiving. And I got to be honest, I'm not really good at it. The sides are amazing. And I do a lot of champagne and wine to get people happy. So by the time they get to the turkey, they don't taste it. But on board, we're talking culinary expertise.
It's an amazing break for whoever the cookers are in your family or your family group. It's an amazing break. We've done it a couple times for ourselves. My mom, myself, and one of my daughters usually do all the cooking. So the time we did it, we were like, oh my gosh, no dishes, no prep, no
cleaning up.
Yeah.
One Thanksgiving, my dishwasher broke and my kitchen, it all flooded. And there was, can you imagine that grease everywhere? Oh my God. Let's bypass that and get on. And I love the tailgate because that's really big for me.
Football, for sure, yeah. The tailgate experience. We've really added some additional enhancements to our tailgate experience on deck as well. So we're now just about to load on all of our ships, and we'll be there in time for Thanksgiving. Is giant cornhole, beer pong. We're going to have giant Jenga. We're going to have giant Connect 4. We're going to have gazebos. There's going to be chicken wings. The whole tailgate is going to come to life, and we're really going to pull out all the stops for the Thanksgiving.
I'm a huge cornhole fan. I love playing that game. Yes.
It's all new to me, being a Brit, as you can probably tell from my accent. So the whole Thanksgiving and football day is great as far as I'm concerned. You get to eat a lot of food and sit and watch sports. What a great way to spend a Thursday.
Absolutely phenomenal. Sounds like the perfect place. But then there's, and I think you said it, then we've got Hanukkah and Christmas tree lighting. This has got to be gorgeous, right? By the way, our piazza is just the heartbeat of our ships. Gorgeous. It is spectacular. I got to do puppies in the piazza for the first time ever, Dan. It was so exciting. Oh, it was such a beautiful experience. And to hear, it was educational, quite frankly, which I wasn't expecting that aspect of it. And the kids were learning. So I just think it was beautiful. It snows. What do you mean it snows? Talk to me.
That's right. So we would love to be able to do reindeers in the piazza, but they're just not as available in the Caribbean. So what we do and Mexico, we have some really cool experiences throughout the entire month of December. We'll be celebrating the holidays in style. And then really turning it up for the full holiday and New Year voyages. So the Christmas tree lighting, for those that may have cruised before with Princess over the holidays, we really concentrate. And it's actually a part of my job, believe it or not, in the variety of world that I have. I am the manager in charge of holiday decor as well. And we really do have a focus on the piazza to really make it a really magical place for the guests. And we have snow in the piazza as part of the Christmas tree lighting ceremony. We have the cast come and perform. We have snow. All the lights get turned on. It really is a magical way to start each and every cruise once Thanksgiving is done and all of those decor are
So we have a question, Dan.
We do,
Will the holiday trees, will the Christmas trees be up on the ships by December 8th?
Yes. Actually, December 8th is the last day that the install teams are boarding. So that is the cruise. It's a little bit of a logistical, as you can imagine, it's a logistical fun. The goal is to have every ship decorated fully from Thanksgiving onwards. But I think the last ship coming over from Europe lands on the 8th of December, and the team will join then. So from the 8th of December, every single ship will be fully decorated.
Fantastic. When you say switch on, do we pick like a child or a person to switch it on? Is it like a Santa switch? I'm curious. I've never been.
It's a big countdown that we do. We don't have a Santa switch, but that's a good
Okay.
idea, and I'm going to try and get Santa switches for every single ship now. But but it's a big countdown that we do with the whole cast. And Stanley the bear also comes and takes part in the switch on as well. You've got to have a celebrity for a switch on.
Agreed.
And also lots of questions about when is the Christmas tree lighting? When does that take place?
So that takes place on every single first day of the voyage from Thanksgiving onwards.
Okay.
So every embarkation day is when we do the lighting of the lights.
Fabulous. That is amazing.
It's a
How about
really
some other
fun, really
activities?
magical experience.
This I love. Other activities, because obviously that's the first day of the cruise and we got long
Mhm.
duration, so we got to keep those kiddies happy.
Yeah.
Gingerbread house making. Ooh.
Gingerbread house making is a massive competition that takes place either normally on Christmas Day or the day after, depending on whether we're in port or not on a Christmas Day. But gingerbread house making, we gather teams of up to 6 people and we make friends. We bring everyone together. We have 75 gingerbread houses that we have that are all deconstructed. And then we hand them over to each team and they have 30 minutes to construct an epic, technologically advanced gingerbread house. And then normally the captain, the executive chef, our pastry chef, the hotel general manager all come down and they judge. And then we crown one team the winners of the gingerbread house competition. And they get to eat all other 74 houses. They all get delivered to their state.
That's fantastic. And the holiday card making. And now, is this open not just to kids, right? How about kids
Nope.
of all ages?
Oh yes, there would be a mutiny if we did not allow the adults to take part in gingerbread house making. Yeah, open to everybody. Holiday card making and ornament making also takes place throughout the month of December. Gingerbread house making is just on the holiday voyages, but the holiday card making and ornament making, we do that throughout the month of December.
That's fabulous.
Hey Dan, David Huff says, been on Christmas cruise and it was a beautiful and fun Christmas caroler, Santa, great events for the kids on Christmas Eve, and gorgeous decorations.
Yes,
Nice
I can
summary.
only agree, David. And we continue to add more and more stuff each and every year to the program. So it's going to be even better this year.
What else can they expect?
Well,
I know, Amy, wait till you see the deals. You're going to want to book. Trust me.
Let's pop along to the next slide, Carmen, and we can have a look. Oh, yes. Oh, this is a really fun one. This is something that the cruise director hosts in the Piazza. And as you can see, that's one of our world famous cruise directors. That's Mr. Kevin Tugwell. We gather all of the children in their pajamas. They come down from the youth center. They gather around the Christmas tree on Christmas Eve. And the cruise director or the captain will sit down and read "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" before we then shoo off the children to bed, so then the rest of us can party in true style on a Christmas Eve. And then we also have holiday caroling in the Piazza on Christmas Eve as well. So the whole ship comes down, all of the officers. It really is a magical experience.
That is beautiful.
It is. I got to experience this on Majestic in 2021 with my family, and my kids are all adults now, but we had our cousins with us that had little kids, and it was so much fun to go into the Piazza and see them getting read A Christmas Story on Christmas Eve. It was amazing.
Yeah, I one of the things I used to love doing as a cruise director during the holidays was this. It's just such a magical thing to see all of those kids up there, like living the dream.
And reading "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." Talk about tradition, right? How beautiful. Yes. Make sure we don't lose those traditions. I absolutely love it. Love it.
And I still do it now with my kids. It's harder because they run around, but I still read.
But you have the perfect voice for it. Are you kidding? "'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring." Okay, the holiday wishes show. I really do want to go. Maybe I can do a back-to-back and do the Christmas cruise, holiday cruise, and New Year's. What do you think, Marcia? Can you back me up for 2 weeks?
I got you, Carmen.
Oh, yeah. Famous last word.
We'll squeeze you in. We'll find you somewhere, Carmen.
Amen. Love it.
The Holiday Wishes Show is a very special in-house produced production show that happens throughout the month of December on each of our ships. It features our singers and dancers. It features the cruise director. It features the cruise staff. It features the house band perform. We also have some guest entertainers. Each ship, which is really special about this show, each ship actually produces it themselves on board. We give them a ton of tools and a ton of ideas, and then each ship really puts their heart and soul into it to create a really fun show. So some of them do 12 Days of Christmas. The cruise director, of course, is always telling holiday jokes. We have Santa come and join as a part of this. And of course, as always, our amazing shipboard team come and take part as well. Just a really great, fun celebration of the holidays.
Love it.
Dan, we have a question. Are there religious services available?
Absolutely. They are coming up. They are on the way. So I'll talk about those in just a couple of slides, Marcia. Yeah, but absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, we do have religious services on board for sure. Holiday activities continuing on. Here is the legend himself, Stanley the Bear. We're actually creating on each ship and each of the cruise directors this year for in the staterooms on the stateroom TV on our Ocean View platform. The cruise director is going to read a bedtime holiday story with Stanley there as well. So as you're preparing to put the kids to bed, you can turn on Ocean View and you can watch the cruise director and Stanley read a bedtime story to all of the kids.
That's really cool.
The adults are going to love it just as much as the kids, I'm sure. And Stanley will be around a ton throughout the cruise as well.
Oh, he said goodbye to me on Sunday. He was so cute.
He
goodbye. Did. Probably happy to see you go. Waving. Goodbye. That's a tough gig, by the way.
We love Stanley.
Oh.
Would you like me to do the best Star Trek British accent I can do?
Captain, these sweaters are highly illogical.
That was good.
Is that good? Am I hired?
Just like
hired or fired? Tell me which.
Hired, 100% hired. Maybe not for Spock, maybe for an ensemble role, but
I'll take whatever you can deliver. It's all good.
The pay is just as good, don't worry. So yes, we will be having an ugly sweater contest. This is my jacket. I do have an ugly sweater, but it's been a couple of years since I have tried it, and it's been a couple of holidays, so sadly it doesn't fit. So I'm going to have to invest in a new one for this year. But we have an ugly sweater contest, so please encourage everybody to bring along their ugly sweater, and it's all in jest. We will not upset anybody by calling any item of clothing ugly. Some of them we will.
Fair enough. Mine is not an ugly sweater, okay? This was given to me by my mom, but the story is really sad. I go to this holiday party, which was not a themed party as ugly sweater, and somebody comes up and says, "Oh my, perfect, your dress, you would win the ugly sweater contest." I'm like, oh, wasn't that sad? I was so, but you know what? You know what I said? I said, I'm brutal. Okay, I'm not a mean girl. Dan, don't get that feeling. I said, really? Mine, and my mother had passed away. My mom just passed away, and this is the only sweater that she ever gave me. I felt terrible after saying that, but it was the truth. Like, you got to be careful. This has value to me. I hand wash this sweater, and I will bring it anytime I cruise. More importantly, I will wear it that whole day, and I wash it with Woolite. There's a free commercial for Woolite to make sure it's perfect. I love this sweater. So there's no such thing as an ugly sweater, but we can go ahead and do the contest anyway. So I absolutely love these kind of activities that get people involved. It's a beautiful time of the year.
One thing that my family love to do in the build up to Christmas, specifically my wife, loves to make me sit and watch as many holiday movies as is possible. And of course, we're going to have this great selection and many, many more on board, either at Movies Under the Stars on your TV or, of course, in some of our venues as well. Common question of these movies: which is your favorite Christmas movie?
And you want to know which is mine?
Yes.
I'll tell you. Home Alone.
Home Alone. Good one. Marcia?
Mine is the go-to, Elf. I laughed through that entire movie. I love Elf.
Die Hard.
What about you, Dan? What's yours, Dan?
Die Hard is the ultimate Christmas movie as far as
I'm sure.
Nothing gets me in the Christmas spirit. Watching him fall off.
I was going to question that movie being included.
Oh, Sarah, that's a good one. Christmas Vacation. That was funny.
Yeah.
I'm sure we played everything imaginable, which is fantastic. I love that. Home Alone is one on vacation, remember? And they left the poor kid behind.
Yeah, for sure.
I am National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, putting up the
Muppet
Christmas
Christmas
lights on our
Carol.
house, and my wife is terrified of the whole experience.
There you
There
go.
are some great ones.
There
You
is.
betcha. That
Yeah.
answered the question. Beautiful.
There we are, Marcia. I told you it was coming.
There
I
we
promised.
go.
We will be having interdenominational services on board. And of course, we will be celebrating Hanukkah as well with a candle lighting service. The team on board really do a great job. We do Christmas Eve. We do midnight mass if there's an appropriate person who can host it on board. And then we welcome all religions and services, and we do a wonderful job conducting all of these on board.
Thank you.
Beautiful thing. Beautiful. We had services last week, right, Marcia? While we were on.
We did. Mhm.
Yom Kippur. It was beautiful. Now we're talking party, fiesta.
That's it. The literally biggest party at sea happens on New Year's Eve. One of my favorite nights to be on board. It's stressful up until the clock starts as a cruise director and the team on board. It's one of the most stressful evenings to make sure that everything works. And the clock strikes midnight at the right time. But as soon as you can get past that, then it's a really, really great time. We do parties on the open deck with movies under the stars. We have a big countdown, which runs for the last 90 minutes of the year. The wonderful food and beverage team do an incredible job around, because of course this is the busiest night of the year, so everyone is around and they really do a great job. The menu in the dining rooms on this night is really special as well. We make it a formal night. We have the production show in the Princess Theatre. It really is just a really special feeling for everybody on board, and definitely one of my favorite nights of the year.
We had
Carmen,
a
you
great
were on New
time.
Year's last year, right?
I was on New
Yeah.
Year's last year. We had a big group, a family group of 16 of us. Actually, all 16 are coming back this year. Super. And we're doing New Year's again, a 10 night.
Right.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, it was amazing. And that spirit of New Year's, I mean, it was that excitement was the entire 10 days, by the way. It's not just on New Year's Eve and it's over.
Right.
It was the crowd, even the onboard family, the crew, they were so fantastic. Everybody was so electrified. It was really, really fun. And again, beautiful venue because everything is lit up and exciting.
Mhm.
And you know, you don't have to drive anywhere. You can have a great time, sleep in the next day. And it just was, it's a magical thing. If you've never done it, and I'll tell you, there are a lot of singles, because I know we get a lot of our single guests that ask me, is this a good time to go? Even the holidays, whether it's Hanukkah, Christmas, it is the perfect time if you're single, because I got to tell you, you are in the embrace of the brand and our amazing teams on board. And you are just going to be so happy because there's so much to do, really so much to do. So I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it.
David Huff has a good question. Do we celebrate New Year's Eve East Coast time or ship time? Does it matter?
Whoa, great question.
Yeah.
This is a good question. So we will celebrate it wherever the ship is, and that's the time that we will celebrate it. So
I would imagine
whatever the time zone the ship is in.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. And we also have coverage from around the world on the TV as well. So I know some people, for example, my fellow Brits like to raise a glass at midnight in the UK, no matter where they are in the world. So we also do, depending on the numbers, we also do some special events and toasts to whatever country we've got large groups on as well. So we really do look after everyone.
Great.
But it is on the ship's time when it is.
Fantastic. I got to tell you, you put me in the holiday spirit.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I really am. I can't wait. Mind you, the holiday decorations is Halloween this week. And now that I'm feeling better, Marcia, I woke up as alive today and feeling, oh, you are so cute. I love it.
We've got a little bit of Halloween to go as well. It's funny, you say that, Carmen, like just decorating my office this morning with all of this stuff just got me in the festive spirit. My kids came in and they already now think it's Christmas and now they want presents. So,
come on.
It's special but expensive all at the same time for me.
Didn't you send them the memo? Christmas is not about the presents. It's not about the presents. It's about being with family that you love.
I'm going to get my 3-year-old and you can explain that to him directly.
Yeah, yours are little, okay? Mine is going to be 23 in 2 weeks and my 26-year-old. And you know, it's interesting because you bring up, before we get into the great deals, so I have always brought on a little miniature holiday tree because to your point, you don't need one. So I always brought one for myself and one for my kids' rooms. I always brought stockings and I always brought little gifts to put in the stocking. So when they woke up, they had something. And I would always say to them, don't worry, Santa's going to bring you something when we get home. But I stopped saying that because then they were dying to get home. Like, I want to get off the cruise. I want to see all my presents when they were little. Not anymore. Now they know wherever they are, we're going to be shopping on board. That was exciting. And by the way, you have really put me in the holiday spirit. I'm so excited. This is a beautiful time of the year.
Sure.
You know, Dan, where do you live? Are you in LA?
I'm in Tampa, just outside of Tampa.
Tampa, Florida. Oh my God. Okay. Diana says, do these activities continue for the New Year sailings after Christmas, sailing on December 30th?
Yeah. So a lot of these activities will continue throughout those cruises as well. Not all of them, as I mentioned, some of them we do specifically on the holiday cruises, like the gingerbread house making, for example, and the holiday wishes show. But the majority of these continue right on through all cruises that start in December.
Fantastic. Great question.
Hey.
So Tampa, it's funny because I'm in South Florida. So, we only have one season and it's summer.
Yes.
We got one little day of winter, maybe, but it doesn't matter because right now the humidity's coming down. There's a little breeze out there. It's under 90 degrees. I'm in the mood. So let's talk about the deals because you can still serve up some of these amazing voyages to your clients. It's super exciting. Dan, you did an amazing job of really
Thank you so much, Dan.
picture. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'll stick around for the Q&A. Is that all right? I'll stick around for the Q&A.
Dan will be back for Q&A.
Just in case
for
there's
sure.
more
I'm
questions.
going to take my jacket off because it is still 90 degrees and I am sweating.
Right.
But I'll stick around for the Q&A.
Besides, you have a great shirt
in a few
underneath.
minutes.
It's a princess shirt. It's absolutely beautiful. So we're moving. Obviously, you all know I'm having technical difficulties. So my little thing, I could try it again, Joe, and see if it works, but it's not. For some reason, my clicker isn't working. So thank you. So whoever's clicking, I thank you. It is always technical. I appreciate that. And you know what? At the end of the day, that's what live television is all about. Hey, right, Marsha? It is what it is. People have wardrobe malfunctions.
So,
we have technical issues. It's all good. So 16-day Hawaiian Islands. This one's round trip San Francisco, December 22nd. Talk about fantastic voyage, okay? A late
my
night
mom
call.
did this exact voyage last year.
Did you?
Yeah,
wow.
my mother did. Yeah,
You
her
did.
and a group of friends.
So I've done it during the holidays as well with my kids, and it was a 16-day, but it was out of LA, and it was a spectacular holiday voyage. So it encompassed Christmas
You get both.
and New Year's. It was, and by the way, I love Days at Sea. So it was absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Okay, we're moving right along because we got lots of stuff to cover and I don't want to get in trouble. So December 17th, 10-day Western Caribbean with Mexico. And this is Galveston, our beautiful Regal Princess. Phenomenal, phenomenal voyage. So that one is just covering obviously the Hanukkah period of time and Christmas, but gorgeous. Look at these rates. Hello. And close to home, you're going to see a lot of these offerings are close to home. So the air rates are fantastic. So now is the time. Balconies from 100. Who can afford to stay home for that? Do you know what my turkey cost? When I have to say, it's not cheap. Okay, just saying. So this is fantastic. Let us do the work. 10-day Eastern Caribbean with Tortola. This is beautiful. Fort Lauderdale round trip. Again, December 17th. Gorgeous. So this really takes you further deeper into the Southern Caribbean, right? With Antigua and St. Kitts. And my cruise is going to Princess Keys as well. First time I'm going to be there. So I'm very much looking forward to this. And again, this is another one that's a holiday, as in Christmas kind of period of time.
$99 per day.
Please, you're killing me. I always say, is this a typo? I hope that all our partners start dialing for dollars because this is phenomenal. And then the next one's the one I did last year, which is the Panama Canal cruise. That was a 10-day. It was spectacular. And it was a New Year's. Phenomenal. So we did Cartagena, which with the old wall, it was walled city. It was gorgeous. It is a UNESCO heritage site. Round trip Fort Lauderdale. So again, from a flying perspective, not, you don't have to worry about the inexpensive of open jaw. Fantastic cruise, round trip, and then Costa Rica, pura vida. Do I say more? And then, talk about educational, Panama Canal. And the enrichment folks that we brought on were spectacular. So it was wonderful. What else have we got serving up? 7-day, if you can't take a whole 10 days, right, or 16 days. And this is where we got our humble beginnings in 1965, 58 years ago, right? 7-day Mexican Riviera. We put this on the map, right? Cabo San Lucas, Mazatlan, and Puerto Vallarta. What a beauty. And again, LA, round trip air, should be easy. Look at Cabo. Absolutely gorgeous.
Spectacular ship.
Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. What a beautiful, beautiful holiday cruise that would be. Ooh, Thailand and Vietnam. This is exotic.
Okay. Fares from $55 per day. There's two sailings that are an option here.
Yeah, this is definitely a typo. Now the air is obviously more, so we're
Yep.
offsetting it. So we're probably our
Yep.
commercial team is saying we want to make sure we get as many. But what a beautiful experience, right? In Singapore, God, do I love Singapore?
Yeah.
So beautiful. You can eat off the floor. Let me just tell you, absolutely gorgeous. Great shopping, beautiful experience. And then again, Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam, beautiful, beautiful voyages. I just can't believe these rates. But there's only 2 cruises available, the 16th or the 23rd, 26th, and you can do
26.
back to back. I'd recommend for those prices. Back to back's the way to go. Period.
Get both.
Next one. Oh, okay. A West Coast getaway with Adam Savage. So we had this in our theme ones. This is fantastic.
We
So
did.
this is a 4-day, right? Discovery Princess, which you and I were just on. Pretty spectacular. And having him there. So I'm assuming this is a Thanksgiving cruise, which is perfect,
November
right?
25th. Yeah. Mhm.
$99. And this is a perfect 4-day getaway. Love it, love it, love it. And
Actually, I think it ends before Thanksgiving.
right
Is
before
that right?
Thanksgiving, trust
Or is
you.
it after?
So we just
It's
threw that
after.
in there and made believe
It's
it's
after.
is it after? When's
It's after
Thanksgiving this year?
Thanksgiving.
I don't even know.
Thanksgiving is the 23rd.
Lovely. Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. Well, you know what? Make it an after because you got the Friday off anyway. Okay, so this is great. This is December 3rd. Remember, why are we doing the love letters? People keep asking me. I guess they forgot or they weren't on the webinar when we introduced Princess Perfect Weddings, which are spectacular. And again, our incredible ambassador, right? Randy Finoli. So he's doing a bridal theme cruise December 3rd. And we just heard, right? Dan just told us. So they'll have some holiday cheer even on this with special meet and greets, special events. And my God, these rates, you gotta be kidding. This is always a slow period for cruising. I used to love to cruise during this period of time. I used to do the biggest groups that I ever had and that we ever hosted were during this period of time, these first 2 weeks before the holidays, because the prices are unbeatable. Next offer, Canada and colonial America. This is Quebec to Fort Lauderdale, and an overnight in Quebec. This is absolutely, and everybody knows it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. I'd highly recommend, even on this 12-day, coming a day in early. Absolutely. Look at this itinerary.
This is right around the corner. You got any last-minute cruisers? This is a great deal.
Gorgeous. October 19th, you're right there. From $5.99. Like I can't stay home for that for a day, let alone a weekend or 12 days. Next, I think we're giving us our sales tools, aren't we? Yes, we are, because these are our favorite. I got to thank Joe and Brandon, the whole team. It's a powerful team, the mighty three, the trio. OneSource Cruises, folks, if you're not using these assets, they're amazing marketing opportunities for you. You can customize these flyers. OneSourceCruises.com, it's your one-stop shop. We've got these flyers. You can use them quickly. Send them to your clients. Talk about these. These rates are incredible, right? So I think they're phenomenal. And we really give you an opportunity. We got our full deployment flyers at a glance overview, which I have now in my briefcase. So anybody ask me any questions, I can tell you exactly where we are. But I got to use the at a glance. I can't do it myself. I don't do it by memory. I'm not you, Marcia. I'm not you. So we're going to go straight on because we have a great guest with us. Second guest. You guys are so lucky. This webinar not only brought Marcia and I, but it also brings Jen Wright, our VP of Contact Center Operations and Guest Services. Hello, Jen. How are you?
Hi, everyone. Super glad to be here with you, ladies, and I'm so excited for the holidays now. I used to work in retail. The holidays started early, and you guys have brought that back. So I'm ready to rock
That
and roll.
is brutal when you work in retail, right? Because you don't get a night off, you don't get a day off. Your 12 days of Christmas become every day.
That's right.
Tough. So Jen, thanks so much for all that you've done, because I think we've done some webinars where you went, okay, I think that was the last webinar that we did before we had the secret Just TAs webinar. Remember the consumer one when I got all that mean commentary? It was horrible. And it was our guests, right, our consumers, and they were really frustrated because we did such a deep dive on Polar Online, and they just wanted answers to their questions. But this is a beautiful mastermind initiative. And so I want you to talk about, because we talk about it at a webinar, everybody might not go to OneSource Cruises to get it. So you took this upon yourself, and we talked about it last webinar, but you had your first. Talk to me about how it went.
Absolutely. So we're absolutely thrilled to host these webinars. In addition to our great tools that we have on OneSource, we've got 3 different levels of experience that we put together, beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And I know I way more enthusiasm for the advanced course than we expected. So enthusiasm across the board for the sessions, but please know we've definitely heard you. We need to add more sessions. We need to make them larger. So we've taken that lesson learned moving forward. And we just had our first session yesterday. So if you skip to the next slide, you can see all the sessions that we have planned and dates.
And the dates, right.
And
Okay.
I had so much fun with the travel advisors who joined us for the session yesterday. Incredible group of people. I got chills, right? Because we got such awesome questions in the chats. We had Princess Partner Support with us there answering questions in the chat. And I learned things from what they were answering in the chat.
Yay.
So thank you, K-Staff. And I'm right there with you, right? I do not profess to be a Polar Online expert, but I'm demoing these sessions to show you that, hey, if I can do it, you can do it.
I
We can
love
learn
that.
things together, and
Love
we're going
it.
to get great feedback from our advanced and most experienced users coming up in those advanced sessions to help inform future sessions.
So
And
if
you're
somebody's
not
a
being
beginner,
kind
they
enough
can
to
still go
yourself.
October 18th, right? They can register for the October 18th if you're
Yeah.
a beginner, because the next session you have is the October 11th. That's next week for intermediate, and then you'll have a follow-up. So this is phenomenal.
Absolutely.
The sessions
So
are full. Advanced is full.
advanced is full. We so our
Wow.
thought process on advanced was we really want it to be an opportunity for us to have a conversation with our super users
Hands-on.
about what the content should really look like for Polar Online. So I think those are going to be really, really helpful. They are not yet recorded, but once they are, they will be on OneSource, so everyone will be able to benefit from it. But I think, we've heard loud and clear, we need to open those sessions up, make them larger. And, just from our first session yesterday, we have so many ideas about what we could do. It's really, really exciting.
So I got to thank you because this is really, really important because this all happened during that end of June, July period when we had large hold times. Happy to report those days are gone. They really are. I've seen the stats day in, day out. I want to thank you because you took it to heart. As we prep for WAVE, now more than ever, this initiative, taking the leadership stance in this initiative to do this, to prep our travel advisors, because once WAVE hits, folks, self-service is the key. That way you don't stand on hold because you're going to be on hold if you do. But if there's simple tips and tricks that you've taught them, I think this would be a world of difference in your efficiency, right? So thank you for taking this on at the 3 levels. And your tips and tricks were very well received, weren't they?
Yeah, we got, I think had a lot of excitement for the tips and tricks that we showed, sort of talking through them. I know there's a lot of interest in our promotion codes. So that we heard loud and clear. We're going to take that learning away and see if we can come up with a tool to help make promotion codes easier to look at and understand. And in fact, I brought just a sample tip.
There's another slide. Yeah,
next slide, just to give
go.
an idea of the kinds of things that we go over. This page can be scary to some people, myself included. So I am taking the positive approach here and saying, hey, let's dare to compare, because all of our promotional offers that your clients are eligible for are listed in Polar Online, and there is nothing that we can see, me and my agents, that you cannot see. So I think that's great. We have 100% transparency. And in fact, sometimes if you're looking at Polar Online and talking to one of our agents, you can kind of go down a rabbit hole trying to compare things when each can't see the screen that the other is looking at. So a lot of calls that I listened to, the travel advisor had the right thing the whole way, and it took a little more time on the call because you had to sort of talk it out and see, what are you looking at this? No, I'm looking at that. So definitely time-saving tip, be confident in what you see in here. And if you head to the next screen, I'll also share that you can save time here by picking the promotion that's right for your guest as you're making the booking. So if you click on that fair comparison tab, and we have a lot of tools in OneSource that show you where that button is to look at it. If your client is a premium cruiser, they're going to want Premier. Save yourself a step of doing the whole offer code thing. Go to fair comparison and select the promotion that includes Premier right from the get-go. And then you'll be able to book that for your guests. And like I said, save you a minute or two, right? And managing the booking further on. And we know you guys know the value of Princess Plus and Premier, right? But we still have a couple people that you can't convince. They're an a la carte buyer. We know it's going to happen. You can also choose the standard fare here from Fair Comparison. And again, save yourself a step of having to call and get some help refaring. Speaking of refaring, I have one last screen. I promise this is the last one, unless you come to one of our sessions, and then you'll get to see a lot more. Once you have understood the power of the fair comparison screen, you're also going to be able to use it for your existing bookings. So I hear, pretty frequently, well, I can't do anything to my booking because I've already made it. That's not true. You can definitely look at promotions after your booking's been created. And it's very literally the same screen when you're making a new booking as when you're looking at fair options or fair comparison or refair, whatever language you want to use for it, for an existing booking. And so some of the questions I get are, there's so much information there, Jen. How can you make it easier to read? Well, on the one hand, it's very clear and transparent. We're showing everything. And then Jen's tip for ease of reading is if there's anything in that advisory column on the right-hand side, any words there, it pretty much means you don't have to look at it. It's either not applicable for your client or it's going to be automatically added with another promotion you choose. So again, we've heard that we need a better tool to make this easy to read and understand, but just, quickly going through the version. Up at the top, grouped nicely in the blue box, are all our non-refundable promotions, and you can see it's non-refundable because it's in the description. And then down at the bottom, we have our refundable promotions. Again, it's in the description. And the only reason they're not grouped together nicely is because there's one stray international offer in there that alphabetically it just splits the refundable promotions apart. So I think once you step back, take a moment, read the descriptions, use that tip, the screen becomes much easier to read and use. So that's my short tip of the day here for you guys. And I look forward to seeing many more of you at our sessions in the future. We had such a great time at the last one. I know that next ones are going to be equally as good.
Thank you, Jen. I'm going to circle back to something that you said because we get lots of questions about this. And Joy Cook has asked this question about getting a cheat sheet with all the promotional codes. You've covered it. You said that that's something that we're looking into because it was something that came up quite a bit in your training session, correct?
100%. Yeah. We're going to go back and try and figure out how can we create a cheat sheet that's easy to use, easy to read, and is quick and speedy reference tool for you. So we just need to have a little think about that, and we'll probably be teasing it at some of these sessions once we come up with it to get some feedback on it. So stay tuned.
Thank you so much.
Excellent. I can't begin to thank you enough because this is the perfect time to do this right as we get prepped for what Wave is going to do. And by the way, Wave last year started mid-December. And we always think it starts the second week of January. So we want to make sure that you have all the assets, the tools you need to be successful. So we're going to go through some news, notes, and reminders, and then hopefully we will have time for questions because I need that love letter and I'm not reading it. It will be you, Marsha. I don't even have Kleenex. It's okay. Okay, so you just heard that Marsha and I were together on Discovery Princess. This is an insider scoop. You're hearing it here first. So much so that while we were on last week, Alan Fine interviewed me and I didn't have the new information, right?
Right.
This is not so first of all, it's not it's not just a dinner. 360 is truly a multi-sensory experience. Every little detail. So think of your senses. So from sight to touch to smell to feel to taste, you are immersively brought into the cultures of whatever destination, and I won't give it all away because I don't want to give it all away, right? I haven't even posted it on Facebook yet because I wanted to wait till after this and give you the inside scoop on it. Marsha and I were there. I think I was blessed to have experienced it. The first time I did it, we did it twice last week, and I'm glad I got a second time to do it because the first time I wasn't in the moment. I kept taking pictures and videos, and I really didn't immerse myself. The second time I did, and it was amazing. It was storytelling. It's a 7-course gourmet meal, complete with specialty wines, just amazing from each of the destinations. So whether it is Barcelona, espectacular, France, so if you have Provence, you could smell the lavender, Italy, limoncello, smell the lemons. I'm just kind of piquing your curiosity. Up until now, this has only been available. It was by invitation only or complimentary for our suite guests, okay, or our VIP guests. And they would be called in advance and invited, and they'd come. And by the way, it will blow you away because you just meet on deck 5 near the piazza, and there's a beautiful, step and repeat and an introduction and the welcome drink. Everything is curated with attention to detail that it will just wow your clients. It really will. But now, here's the inside scoop. Effective, I think it's in 2 weeks, okay? We will be allowed, guests can purchase the experience. Not on the app just yet, okay? But I can't believe this price is so cheap. $149 per person, which is absolutely insane to me. So we're making it available, and we saw that last week. Everybody wanted to know, what is this? What is this? I want to be part of this, which is really interesting, right? So I think it was important to have. Only suite guests are able to make reservations at this time. So this is coming very soon. So I'm super excited to be able to share this because I didn't think we would open this up. And I'm super happy that we are, because there's like nothing like it in the world. So it's coming soon, and we will announce the date. So I have to give you an insight. But by the way, we already said it to the press.
Yeah.
So
and key
I got a
takeaway
call.
that you can't book it prior to getting to the ship.
Yeah.
Once you get on board, you can inquire about making a reservation.
Correct. So it's absolutely an amazing experience. I have great pictures. We had a great time. I highly recommend it. It's like nothing we've ever done, nothing I've ever done. And I love culinary and I love wine, and it was just super unique. It was, I don't think I have words to describe it. It was pretty spectacular. Okay, and we move on. So look for it when we announce when we start actually selling that, which I think is great. Our cruise packages, you really can't beat this. We say it pays to plus. I will tell you, if you were one of the travel advisors or IAs that were with us last week, you understand the value of this. I will keep it very, very simple, and I always do the scanning. So you have Princess Plus and Princess Premier's toolkits. This was based solely on the 3 anchors that our guests want, that your clients want. They've asked us for it. This is stuff they're going to pay for anyway. They're going to pay for drinks. And when I say drinks, it's not just alcoholic beverages. I want to make sure I overcome that preconceived notion that people think, right? It could be a latte, a bottled water, a tea. Marsha was the Queen of England. She had a lot of tea last week, right? I love it. Gratuities.
Teas and coffees.
Yeah. Gratuities. You're going to tip the incredible team on board. And Wi-Fi, right? These are things that your clients are going to do anyway. Why not recommend Plus from the get-go? And you get commission on both Plus and Premier at the time it's booked. Let's say they booked Standard. Once they're booked, we communicate to them. You should be communicating too. It truly does. And then this flyer that was created for us, yes, and everybody says, what do you mean? So there's basic bundles for every cruise company that you go with. Ours, now more than ever, it is the very best value out in the market. And if you go line item by line item, and Joe never wants me to do that, but we will because it takes a long time, please download the flyer because we will compare to other brands, and then you will understand we have the best in the business. Next slide. We talked about Academy earlier. So we have refresher courses that are now available. So we've got the new one introducing Sun Princess and Star Princess. Can you believe Sun Princess is what? February. She'll be in the Med in February.
Here comes the sun.
Yes, here comes the sun. I wore my holiday sweater. Yay. And then we do have the Princess Cruise Fare options. That's really great. It's available already, which talks about Princess Plus, Princess Premier. And then you have to complete the 3 refreshers by Feb 29. Yes, it's a leap year next year. Yes, it's a leap year to renew your Commodore status, okay? And that way you earned your $50 onboard spending money. We have been award winning at our Academy, so I think it's spectacular. Seminars at sea are coming to an end quickly, right? I think there's just 2 left, November 12th and December 16th. Scan the details, they're filling up fast. We've had a great success this year with Seminars at Sea, so super happy. Ship inspections are back. So if you look at the next slide, we have got them happening. You get to tour public venues, really. Oh, medallion class. By the way, I got to, because I love my necklace with my Love Boat medallion from my cruise last year. But then I had to have some jewelry to hold my new medallions going forward. So of course.
So we are super excited about all the new travel advisors and all the advisors we hadn't yet met. that are parts of different networks, because we now have the ability for you to sign up for these ship inspections on OneSource. So we're seeing lots of new faces, lots of new people who haven't seen our ships yet, and we're super excited to meet you and to tour our beautiful ships.
So if you're in Galveston and you're an IC for somebody, and maybe your headquarter
Is in
host
Florida
account
or,
might not be
yep.
in Galveston. Maybe they're in Florida or they're in
Mhm.
California. You can come. So please make sure you register, because it's one size fits one. And wherever you are, and if we have a ship there, our business development managers will treat you. And then Love
Correct.
Fest, one left. That's it. December 9th, Sky
One
Princess.
left.
Last one of the year in Fort Lauderdale. Looking forward to it. And scan it, because of course, we will start a new Love Fest list for next year. I think the team needs a break. They're loved out by me, okay? Loved out by me, period. And then love letter. Come on, read the love letter. This is super exciting. I can't wait. And I do not know who the winner is. You all picked them. Who's number
Yes,
3?
love
Read the
letter
letter.
number 3. So Rhonda Clay won, Allison Marks has won, and here is love letter number 3. Excuse me, I've got to clear my throat. I first fell in love on the Dawn Princess in 1999, watching the crew interact with my 11-month-old son. The love affair continued into 2007 on an incredible 21-day South American adventure aboard the Star Princess. We ended up at the same dining table as our captain and his family, and his love for Princess and everyone under his care turned the cruise into something unique, especially for our 8-year-old son. He got the VIP treatment, getting invited to the bridge and bombarding the crew with all of his curious kid questions. That trip lit a lifelong love for the ocean, and he still raves about it. I'm a tech geek, and I finally got my first taste of medallion class magic on a cruise to Alaska in 2023 on one of your seminars at sea, where I got to introduce my little sister to the love of sailing too. As someone who is directionally challenged, medallion class blew my mind. The maps not only showed me where I was, but practically held my hand and guided me to where I needed to go. Today, I'm loving the anticipation and planning for December, when my hubby and I are celebrating a whopping 31 years of marriage aboard Sapphire Princess, setting sail for 34 days of pure bliss. Wow. Another reason to adore Princess is the longer sailings that take us to these fantastic off-the-beaten-path spots that most folks never see. Seriously, 7 or 14 days, that's just a tease. We want the whole ship experience. My final reason for loving Princess is that The Love Boat was a show that I watched weekly with my dad, and we planned to join all the fun. I lost my dad in 1993 when I was 10, but when I'm on the Love Boat, his memory resides beside me.
That is beautiful. Beautiful.
Isn't
I'm
it?
glad you read it, because I wouldn't have been able to get through it. So who's the winner? I need to have the drum roll, because that is a
Drum roll.
gorgeous, heartfelt congratulations. Winner is Diana Janice. I don't want to ruin her name. Janice. Travel Bets, Maple Ridge, British Columbia, in Canada.
Yes, and this is our first Canadian winner, so yay!
Congratulations, Diana. That is a beautiful letter. What an absolutely amazing, you touched everything, especially with
She
medallion
did.
class, that makes us so special. And that's fabulous. So love that you're going to celebrate your anniversary. I'm going to be doing mine too when I go in December. Congratulations to you. And
Yay.
last but not least, we'll go quickly. Our offer, right? What we call our limited time offer, which was extended through October 31st. Yes. Really phenomenal, 50% off. We already introduced best price guarantee. Our early bird booking sales ends October 31st. So once October 31st comes, this is gone. Then we move into the next offer, which I will tell you will be covering Black Friday, Cyber Monday. It'll take us up until our wave offer. So coming soon.
Correct.
So Q&A, we have 2 minutes. This is phenomenal. 2 minutes.
Yes, let's bring our guests back, because I think they're going to help us answer.
Welcome back, Dan. Let's see. We got questions for you.
All right. I'm here.
Or for
Carmen.
Jen.
Do you want to read the questions, Carmen?
Yeah.
Or you want me to read them?
Okay. Our advisor says, I have a number of clients as well as people on Cruise Critic who have received a flyer showing $65 for plus in the United States. Is it going up? It is not. My sincere apologies. It is still $60 per person per day. I got that same little flyer in the mail. And yes, it blew up Cruise Critic, because Critic is the name of Cruise Critic. As soon as something's We are not raising the price. This was a printing error. I can tell you right now, someone doesn't proofread. I am a journalism major. I read everything backwards. Nothing hits print until I've signed off on it. I mean, just me, our stuff, as Joe will tell you. He signs off on everything. Whoever sent this out or actually approved it, it's not $65. It is $60 per person per day. So my sincere apologies. I believe that our communications and PR team were jumping in to correct that. So hopefully they've done it. Please, no more disruption. It was bad enough when we introduced 2.5. I don't want to hear it. Everything is smooth sailing. Smooth sailing from here on in. Next question. Will Princess have anything happening for Canadian Thanksgiving? This is Jeffrey.
Yes, it's actually on Monday, so it's just a few days away is Canadian Thanksgiving. And of course, depending on the amount of Canadians on the ships, it depends really on how much fanfare we do. But we certainly do acknowledge and celebrate Canadian Thanksgiving. We'll be doing so on all the ships on Monday.
Fantastic.
Canadian.
Great. Oh, Canada, happy Thanksgiving. Are you considering adding more included casual dining for voyages longer than 7 days? And this is a yes, right? We're not at that decision making now because, again, what is it always? I'm going to throw this.
Technical.
Boom. It's always technical. They've got to make sure it's on the app, and they are developing that. You know, anything technical and IT related takes time. We heard you loud and clear, and believe me, when you give us feedback, we convey it, we bring it back to the main office, we send it to our FMB folks and our techies, and they're acutely and painfully aware that they need to speed this process up. So it will be coming. I just don't have a date for you, and we understand those who are booking a lot more extended voyages want more than just 2, right? So we get
Correct. Yes.
And one last question. On the last webinar, it was said that there will be an 80s party on all cruises going forward. When will this start?
Well, it's actually already on the Caribbean Princess. They've been doing an 80s party on there for a couple of months, but we've been working very hard behind the scenes to create this great experience. And the current plan is it will be fleet-wide by the end of October. So on every single ship, you're going to be able to celebrate the music of the 80s with an open deck party under the stars. It's going to be so much fun, and we are super duper excited about it.
Best decade ever, Dan. And that cruise, that theme cruise was so successful. So I love that it's on year round, every voyage. Let me put you on the spot. Okay. You said it here.
Pack
you
your
heard it
80s
here.
stuff. Pack your 80s gear.
Thank you. So our travel advisor friends, 80s groups, let's go. Let's make it happen. You asked for it. You got it. Thank you, Suzanne. I agree with you. So I want to thank both of our special guests, Jen, Dan. Thank you for joining me. And as always, Marsha, who puts up with me? Feel the love. We'll see you in 2 weeks with Connect with Princess. And if you have any topics you want us to cover, please don't hesitate. We're here to serve you. It's been our absolute pleasure. Make it a great selling day, everybody.